Question number 2. The story's ending helped me to understand why Frank's behavior might have been the way it was, but it is no excuse for his actions. The author makes us feel a bit of sympathy for Frank by telling us the shocking news about his mother's illness. He was told that his mother was dying of cancer and that this would be the last time he could bring his kids over for a weekend since it was too tiring for her. At any time, but especially after the fun of a weekend, hearing this news would be a hard thing to swallow. He was probably very stressed and not in the right state of mind to be driving. If I were Frank, some things I could have done differently are maybe booked a hotel room to stay an extra night, or called someone like Sandra to drive us back. I would have wanted to comfort my mother as well instead of just driving away and knowing I might not see her alive again. Also, I am surprised that Frank didn't at least try to cope by smoking a cigarette, since the story goes on to show that he is a smoker who uses cigarettes in order to relax. Getting bad news was not a reason for Frank to drive fast or to leave an accident scene. There were many other options that could have been taken instead, which would have kept Frank from driving in this state of mind. A friend of my family was in a similar situation about 5 years ago. His wife was dying of cancer, and just like in the story, he decided to drive home, from the hospital in this case, even though he was stressed and had trouble focusing on the road. He drove through a red light and T-boned another car. Thankfully, nobody was injured seriously, but he did get charged and had to go to court. The judge stated that although he felt sorry about the wife's cancer, the charges, demerit points, and fine had to stand because an impaired mental state is not an excuse for getting behind the wheel and causing an accident.